Welcome to Subramani. One question which many people are asking me is, will the market keep going up? In fact, I'm meeting people who have been investing for 20 plus years who are sure that the market will give them 15% return. Well, not 35% which we got last year, but 15% return is something which we will get. Why these people invest in debt at all, I have no clue. But they think that market is a place where you will permanently get 15% return. There will be no standard deviation, and this will happen for the rest of the life. So if that is what is going to happen, then I think you need very little corpus to retire. Say if you have 1 crore, you will get 15 lakhs every year. So with that 15 lakhs, you should be able to live. If your current expenses are say 5 lakhs a year, so you have excess 10 lakhs which you will keep investing. So that will take care of inflation, which will be 5%, which you think is permanently 5%. Or 4%, whatever. G6 will permanently be at 7.15%. Index will keep growing at 15%, 20%. It could only go up, maybe occasionally it will go to 35%, but obviously it can't come below 15%. What happens to those people who have got 35%? Will they get 15% on that? Well, that's what people believe, that it cannot come down. What are the reasons why the market can come down and why the market will come down? Well, first of all, we will do excesses. So we will now find it very difficult to go and borrow from banks because banks are asking for too much of details. So best is go and get yourself listed. How will you get yourself listed? There's a very simple process. It's called SME listing. So more and more shady companies will go and get themselves SME listed, and it's a very few merchant bankers there. I don't even know one name, but they'll get you listed. All you have to do is say, I want listing, and so this is the fees, and you will get listed. So will there be people who invest? Yes, of course. You don't have to do much effort. You have to just announce an IPO, and suddenly there will be there'll be a spurt in the number of people wanting to invest in you. Let's say you got a new project worth 100 crores. You can be sure your market cap will go up by 500 crores or 700 crores because it's a PE effect, right? Because of this new project, you're going to get more revenue, your EPS is going to go up, and therefore you're justified a higher PE because market is now discounting you only at 37%, you actually deserve 57%, so therefore it will go up. So the tremendous pressure in which companies are to buy shares which are listing, whether it is an NFO, I mean obviously it's an IPO or an OFS, it does not really matter. There are enough mutual funds willing to buy it. Then when I see mutual funds heavily invested in Hyderabad-based companies, or I have no clue whether they are investing in a single shop dealer for a car dealer. I think to next you can expect them to list literally anything. Anybody who has got a cash flow which you can put in an Excel sheet, which means all of us, which means tomorrow I can I create an IPO for Subramani? I'm very tempted, saying this is the cash flow, right? I'm getting so many dollars per day, and so this is the cash flow, and this is the team. This is the team, right? So can I get myself listed tomorrow? Maybe a little difficult, but not impossible. So because we will do all these excesses, people will come, they will lose money, they will lose their shirt, pant, everything. So then they will use some of the old shares to set off these losses. So they'll go to their father and say, Dad, give me some shares, I've lost money in the market. He'll say, oh my God, I don't know why you do F&O, etc., etc. But he'll give away maybe 50 shares of Hindustan Unilever or 50 shares of Tata Steel, something like that. So some of those family silver will find itself way into the market. More and more, some more people will sell, and then the SIP amounts may start coming down. So these are all many reasons why somebody could just simply sell some portion of his equity portfolio and buy a house, and afterwards when the market crashes say, I knew the market was overpriced. He didn't, he just wanted to buy a house, so he sold. He was perhaps very reluctant, and his wife and family etc. forced him to sell off some shares to buy a house. We will never understand all that, but yes, we will ourselves create enough pressure on the system to create balloons there. So every balloon needs a prick, that's it. So there will be somebody out there wanting to deflate the ego of the markets or ego of the balloon, and therefore they'll just go and prick it, and that's it, end of story. So can this happen? Yes, it can happen. When will it happen? That is something which nobody is privy to. So if you have been telling people, like say if I have been telling people that you will get 12% return, and I told them that in 2020 They ended up getting more. 21 got more, 22 got more, 23. They stopped asking me because they said, oh, this guy just doesn't know. Market actually gives 35, 34 and 37% return. This guy keeps talking of 12% return. Kahan hai 12% return, right? Don't look at long-term averages. Things have changed. Rules, these are new rules. You have to live by this. Don't get intimidated by those old rules of shortage economy, of standing in the queue to get milk and ration. Those days are over. This is a new economy. It is doing extremely well and blah blah blah, so therefore the markets can never fall, right? This is when everybody starts talking this language, the market falls. Phil Fisher's son, calls it the great equalizer. In fact, he calls it the great humiliator. Exactly when you think you have understood the market, it comes and gives you such a hard slap to tell you, look, you still don't understand anything about markets, which is what I feel when I look at people so confident that the market cannot go down. So when somebody called me and said, I want to talk to you about equity markets, I said, there are two Subras, right? There are two Subramanis. 1979 to 2002, I thought was a long bear market, in the sense that market would only come down regularly and occasionally spurt and look like a high, right? So that is what was happening. But no, it's not that you got bad results, but largely market was negative, and occasional spurts to profitability made you look like you're very smart, right? And then there is a 2002 to 2024 Subra who thinks that the market is going to one permanent bull run, occasionally interrupted by sharp corrections, and these corrections are sharp, but they are so short-lived. They could be 3 months, 4 months, maximum of 6 months. So what should you do in such a situation? Obviously you should put more money when the market falls. So if the market falls, as and when it will, please understand the market is going to come back in 3 months or 4 months. That is exactly what some CXOs in mutual funds are telling me. They are not worried that the market is going up or going down. They are saying we are happy. What has actually happened is the investment process has been made into a gaming process. You can see some charts, colors, lights, you press yes and it gets bought. You don't have to do anything. It goes to the bank account, creates a hold or pulls the money, gets the share and delivers it to you. So it's a fantastic business, and margins may have come down, but in absolute terms most brokers are still like they say, laughing in the way to the bank. So what is likely to happen in the immediate future? Actually I have no clue as to what is likely to happen, but these are all things which have happened. So if you are a student of history, go and see what markets have done over so many years and how you would have reacted if you were there. It's very difficult, I know, because being there is far more difficult than reading about it and thinking how you would have reacted. Thank you.